So today we're going to be looking at a 2022 Bronco, 2021 Wrangler. Quick look, just full disclosure, I would choose the Wrangler. I feel like it's history over hype. Love the Willys logo here. I mean, you know what these are. These are not like luxury SUVs. These are off-roading SUVs. And they don't try to do too much. You have definitely great mats in here. This rubberized, grab handle's dope. This is a decent sized screen. I mean, you have a mix of digital and analog, and I like that. These buttons are pretty straightforward. These are for the windows. Heated steering wheel here. You have heated seats here. So that's pretty cool. I mean, these seats are firm, and it doesn't feel super spacious in here, if I'm being honest, but this isn't a luxury SUV. Looking back, you have good visibility in here, and just from an off-road standpoint, there's so many modifications you can make on this Jeep, and so many aftermarket, products that cater to Jeep. You can't really go wrong. Automatic doors. These, the skid plate and these rails right here are very solid. The doors are small. You can take the top off. The speakers are mounted right here. Just the pedigree of the Jeep is completely on another level to me. Like, the Bronco was never at the Jeep's level, even in the 80s, so I mean, Ford makes a great effort, but I can't open that rear door. Just, looks wise, I like the Jeep better. So I'm sure the Bronco has like a better ride. Wheels and tires you can change, but I don't know. And this Jeep does have a 2-liter turbocharged engine, which is not great. We'll take a look at that. All right, so you take these little tabs off here, and then, all right, so this is what I'm not a fan of. So you have a little prop that comes down here from the Jeep, but this is a little 2-liter turbocharged engine. But I like the headlights, I like the bumper, I like how you just have these clips here that hold the hood down. Doesn't need to have hydraulics. All right, you have 4-wheel disc brakes, and I guess I could kind of try to open the back a little bit, but there's something here. This is pretty standard Jeep here. We'll take a look in there. But you have a big Alpine sub back here, and cargo space back here, and you could put stuff to the roof of the Jeep. And this bumper is plastic over a metal plate, and if you did not have the tire there, you could pop open that rear hatch. And that's another thing. I like that this is a hard top. I know Jeeps come in soft tops, so I'm not a fan of the soft top. All right, so after looking at the Wrangler, we have this Bronco. And I mean, this Bronco is a great looking vehicle, and Ford did a good job with it, but I just think it's, again, like I said in previous videos, it's not worth the hype. I don't like how these body panels are kind of exposed at the bottom like that. I wish they would have some sort of something over those. I know you can probably order or install aftermarket side rails or whatever, but we'll take a look inside of this compared to the Jeep. It's similar. I don't frameless doors, but I get it. But you have a net pocket here. These seats are manual. I mean, it's a good looking interior, don't get me wrong. Like, stepping in the front seat, you have a completely digital dash, so this looks way more modern than the Jeep. And this is actually a 6-speed, which is dope. And you obviously have 4-wheel drive. You have 4 low, 4 high, and you have window switches here versus here on the Jeep. But this display is nice. I like how that's recessed. This is kind of a texture surface, which is good. Your speedometer is not digital, but that's fine. You have controls here. Actually, press that button. The Bronco pops up, and it feels kind of similar size to the Jeep. I mean, honestly, this vehicle looks like it has more interior room than it does. Like stepping inside and closing the door, like I'm not the biggest guy, but it does feel a little tight in here. These seats have, you know, decent bolstering. They're not sports seats. Here's the back, but you know, for its size, it does not have a lot of room, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, the floor, it sits up super high. Hopping in the back seat, it's not uncomfortable. You could sit three across. That would be uncomfortable, though. I would say 4 adults in here. You know, the doors are kind of small like they are on the Jeep. So, you know, it just comes with the territory. Mainly, these vehicles sit up high. They have, you know, a transmission tunnel that goes through the bottom. So, you know, that's going to intrude on their space. It just feels wider than it actually is on the inside. So you have the door right here, and obviously this top comes off, and since this is a soft top, you can't pop it up, but you have a decent amount of room back here. Storage is minimal here. The seats do go down, so I like that these are LED lights. And to put the seats down is pretty easy. You just do that on that one and do that there. And so I'll show you what that looks like. So looking back under, you have good space back here, good utility if you needed to get stuff. But I mean, this is really, really basic, and they designed it so that it's very customizable, modifiable. But I feel like 10, 20 years from now, I would wish that I would bought a Jeep Wrangler. I don't know. There's just a pedigree to the Jeep that you don't get here. And this isn't a bad vehicle. I mean, it feels solid. Back looks good. You have your exposed hinges here. Wheels are nice, but I don't know. Just doesn't do it for me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This video is basically a part 2 rant of why I think the Bronco's overhyped, but I did forget to open the hood on the Bronco. This one had a 2.3 liter inline 4-cylinder, and that thing put out 300 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque, which is entirely too much from an EcoBoost Ford 4-cylinder. Don't trust it. Again, Jeep has the pedigree. This is not a bad vehicle. All vehicles are turbocharged. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I will work towards making more complete, well-rounded vehicles in the future. Sometimes my rants just